What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 8 of the Working DJ podcast. I'm DJ SMS. I got DJ Demo. DJ Tism is with us, but he's driving right now. This guy's driving. Okay.
The mobile DJ life.
For real.
Right.
And then our special guest today is the legendary DJ Danny West. Everybody give it up for Danny West real quick.
Yeah. Horn, triple horn.
Man, first of all, thank you for taking the time out your schedule to even do this. I know you have a lot going on. I know you were mentioning that you guys are opening back up in Texas, so you're getting ready to have gigs going again. And then I know you're busy with the Beat Source link, which is why we brought you on today. I heard about it. I read about it. It's a total game changer for the DJ community. Let's get right into it.
It's dope. It's super dope. When we first came up with the concept and the idea, and we kind of made our announcement that we're launching this new product that's coming out, and it's going to be a streaming product. People weren't aware or didn't understand how it would apply to the DJ game or their lives. And so now that just this past week on Monday, October 5th, we officially came out under the Serato software. And for the majority, I think a lot of open format DJs, that's what they're using primarily. So that was a big deal for us because at that point, we did Record Box, we've done virtual DJ. And so, those people who use those softwares have been able to play with it. And so I think for the Serato community, that they haven't had a chance to play with it, the actual product. Yeah. So it's hard to comprehend what is happening, what's coming. And during that whole time of process of us, launching under Serato, we've been able to update a lot of things on the Beat Source side as well, because the product's still really new to the community and really new to what the final product's going to be. So we're just in the beginning stages, and we're super excited on what's to come, what the final product's going to be, especially that the beginning stage product is having such a hit and a great feedback throughout the DJ community. So that's exciting. That being said, I always like to talk to DJs like one-on-one, just because it's hard to comprehend the technology and stuff. Like people, as DJs, we're always scared to kind of move on to the next technology or source or even update our software. You know what I mean? We're like, nah, I'm not touching that. I'm not updating my software. I'm not doing this. You know what I mean? So people are always scared. That being said, we definitely feel that this is the wave of the future on a number of front lines. One, for the artists who are making the music. Two, for the labels who are distributing the music. Three, for the DJs, and four, even for the remixers. That being said, we are streaming and going to the streaming world because that's really the wave of the future. I can't speak about record pools or other record pools or what they have in line for themselves, but the reason we're going the streaming route is because of the legality of everything. We're a DSP, digital service provider, which meaning that we have the same licensing as Apple Music or Amazon, meaning that you can download music, you can stream music. And so, since you pay a monthly fee, that's where the legalities kick in. The artists and the producers and everyone's getting their cut, as far as royalties are concerned. So if you as a DJ, you use Beat Source and you stream a song, there's a royalty check being cut out for that. So that's a spin. So that's a win for the artists, the labels, and the DJs, because now the DJs are really becoming influencers as far as what's hot in the streets and what the next wave is going to be. So that's super important, right? So that's the money side of it, right? On the DJ side of it, where it applies to our lives, and I feel like for me, myself as a DJ, there's certain situations where I want to play a lot. I like playing house music, right? But I don't really have a lot of venues where I can play house music, so there, I don't feel like it's necessary for me to download a bunch of house music for a situation that I'm really probably not going to play maybe once or twice a year. Now, with Beat Source, the convenience of that is we have a house music section where it's constantly updated. Every Friday, we have certain playlists that are updated on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. The cool thing is our curators are on top of their games on what's popping, what's hot. So it's literally a matter of you clicking adding that playlist to your playlist,
Oh
and
wow.
now you have access to all the newest house tracks, right? So for example, you're gonna play a dope ass pool party in Vegas, and they're like, "Yo, we just want deep house vibes and this and that," right? You're like, "Oh shit, well, what's hot right now? You know, what do I play?" And I think that that would be a struggle that I have personally. Like, all right, what do I play? How am I gonna sound like actually relevant and sound like I know what I'm playing? And so like, we have a bunch of curated playlists where you can kind of pick and choose
Just
what you
picking.
want.
That's awesome.
And the dope part is like in Serato, once you create that crate on the beat source, you let's say you come up with a DJ SMS house music, whatever pool you're gonna play, right?
Yeah.
You create that in Serato on the beat source, and then you've added the playlist, the curated playlist from beat source from the website. You added that to, so now it shows up in your Serato. You can go through that entire playlist, pick and choose the songs that you're vibing with. You're like, yeah, this is banger, 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 banger. Drag that song into your new custom playlist, and once you drag that song there, it's automatically updated on the website.
Oh wow.
So, dope part, right? So now you set your cue points. Setting your cue points, you're good to go. You stream your playlist, and you're like, you got through the gig. You're like, yo, this is a banger. I like this playlist. I'm gonna save it. Whatever. You can take it off your Serato, or you can leave it there. Whatever you want to do, right? The dope part is, let's say you go back to that playlist 6 months down the line, or maybe 2 weeks down the line. All your cue points that you set up are now saved. So like, it doesn't take any space on your hard drive. You know what I mean? You have a banging set, you know, and all you got to do, like, all right, cool. 2 weeks later, whatever down the line, the time frame down the line, you're like, all right, I need to update the house set. You can refresh all those house sets the playlist that you were looking at, because everything's gonna be, all the current stuff,
Yeah.
and you can go back through all that stuff again and add it to your custom playlist, and then it's gonna reflect it on the website.
That's awesome.
Now, check this out. So now let's say Demo's gonna play the same pool party, right? And you're like, he's like, SMS, what did you play? You're like, yo, this is a future thing, right? You're gonna be able to, like, yo, check out my set. Send them the link to your set, and it can be private or you can make it public. So you can send Demo your set, and he could be like, okay, dope. Now I get the vibe.
No, that's dope.
So I mean, based on that, you can use it for all types of situations. Weddings, right? Hey, make a wedding playlist, and then you can share it amongst your friends, or like, just depends on how people move. Like there's so many different circumstances that you can apply the technology to, that it's super dope. And like, I'm excited, and once people start playing with it and really kind of just diving into it, start setting your cue points, you're gonna see the opportunity, and like, just the stuff that the new wave of the future that's coming. Like, it's just necessary.
That's that's
Oh,
awesome.
go ahead, Thomas. You want to say something?
Um, how difficult was it to get the labels and artists on board with this type of project?
It was really difficult because a lot of these labels, that they kind of, they don't know that, like, that's just a whole monster in itself.
Yeah.
The labels and the relationships within different departments of the label. So that I mean, it's a monster. It's a monster thing. That if you think about it, the only people that really have our licensing is Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify. There's only a few, like
Yeah.
maybe five, top five, five, a handful. So like, it's a difficult thing. It's something we've been working on for years on, transitioning to, because we kind of seen what was going on. And to the best way to describe it is, DJ pools were almost like a Napster type of idea, where it was just like the wild wild west. He's like, download, download, download,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And so we've literally gone from the Napster world to the Apple Music streaming world. Like, it's just
Overnight.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so like, for a lot of DJs, it's hard to comprehend and hard to understand why you would go from there to there. But like, this is the wave of the future. This is the way that it's gonna happen. This is how business happens in the future, for DJs, for record pools, for music labels, for everybody. So
That's awesome. Go ahead, Demo.
And now going back to like your crates and your cue points. So when you go back, also your loops and all the stuff that you do, like you're doing Serato with your music, will it stay there even if you go back to it like maybe 2 months, 2 weeks to a month?
yes, sir. So all your metadata. So all right. So all your metadata. So the loops, the cue points, everything you set in Serato, that gets stored, right? What we're there's a couple things that we're working on that's not finalized, but We want to essentially make it to where, all right, Demo sets up his metadata, all his loops and cue points, right? He's going to go to SMS computer because he goes to your venue to go support you. And you're like, yo, Demo, get on real quick, throw down a set. He will now be able to log into your Serato and all his playlists and crates
Oh
come up.
wow.
Damn, that's dope.
So like, there's not a situation where you're like, all right, cool, like, oh man, like my computer died, whatever. Like, you're literally able to log into anybody's Serato and still I think it's audio or whatever, and it'll say streaming services, and just go to Beat Source, put in your login information, and you're in, and it'll automatically populate it. So
Oh damn.
That's
it's
crazy.
super
So the
dope.
whole
It's
time,
super.
so that whole time, would you need to be in a place where you have internet the whole time, or would it
Yeah.
be like
So
available
it,
offline?
yeah. So yeah. No. Well, you have both, right? We own a patent on what's called the locker technology, meaning that if you want to store it on your computer, you can store it. And at this time, I think it's 100 songs. We're trying to expand that further, and that's just kind of like technology and all that stuff, coming into play. So we're still trying to finalize that situation. But you will be able to store music on there. Think about it like a Netflix situation, to where you're like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take a flight. I want to keep these movies on my phone or on my iPad, so you have it downloaded, and then whether you're offline, you have access to it. And then you'll have to refresh it. Like, all right, cool. I'm done. I'm done using this. But to have the best experience, it's gonna be straight streaming. That being said, you guys have to remember 5G technology is already here, so
Hmm.
that's gonna be the game changer. We're going from dial-up to this different internet speed that we're not used to. So that was the idea and the mentality that we had coming into this. Yeah, like most people, internet experience, we're kind of been used to certain speeds, but with this 5G technology, we now have wireless speeds as fast as this landline speeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the technology is there, and now that everything's kind of coming together, it's gonna work perfectly.
that's dope. Now, when it comes to the packaging for the DJs, is it multiple packages for multiple prices, or is it one
Yeah.
steady?
So our basic package starts at $10. So even if you just wanted to just access to everything on the link, and you're like, all right, cool, I can have access to all the playlists and all that stuff and just stream. It's just $10. If you want our top tier package, it's only going to be $30.
Oh, that's not bad. That's very
And the
reasonable.
and the $30 includes the locker technology to where you can store stuff offline.
That's cool. Definitely affordable.
Yeah. And the good thing is, so you have to remember, now that we have these licensing and all these deals done with these labels, we are now able to legally catalog music. So like the old school hits, the old school hip hop stuff, and like anything that were hits and classics, technically you cannot have them legally on your record pool, because record pools are meant for promotional use only, right?
Hmm.
It's all promo of the new stuff that's coming out. And that's why DJ City really never touched on that. We never wanted to be legally exposed like that to
Hmm.
that world. And so now that we've got this deal done, we now are able to back catalog a lot of the music and classic hits.
Yeah, so that basically means you guys are gonna have the deepest library when it comes to for DJs, basically.
100%.
Any genre, any golden era, any classical hit from back in the day, you're gonna have pretty much.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And what we really tried, our music team has really tried. They're trying to filter it down to where it's like, at the same time, we don't want a big ass throw up of music.
Yeah.
We don't want to be title. Like if you
Yeah.
get titles, it's just like there's a bunch of music. I search things like, this is not what I want. We're thinking with a DJ mentality is, what is a DJ going to use and what situation they're going to use it in. And so we're being very selective on what we bring in from genres and all that stuff. Like we're being selective even on the music that comes in, because you use other services, they're going to have karaoke versions. You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't need that. And then the other thing we want to focus on is explicit and clean versions of the songs, because when you're doing a wedding or a high school prom, whatever, we want to make sure that our library is making sure everything is exactly labeled how it should be labeled, and it doesn't put a DJ uh, in a bad area to where like, all right, I'm gonna play the song and now it's a bunch of cuss words at a corporate event. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So like
yeah,
we're really focusing on DJ centered playlists.
that's awesome. That
Also,
is awesome.
the genres that you're going back to, like, you know, the hip hop and all that stuff. But what about the like, the Spanish side? You guys have a big catalog with that?
Yeah, all the Spanish stuff. We're like you got you have to remember there's like whenever we sign these deals with these labels, think about how many artists these labels have ever signed in their lifetime. So we have to literally filter through millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of songs. And so right now, our main focus is like the new stuff, right? The new stuff and like the current stuff. Um, and you guys can go through anyone can go through our BeatSource website, sign up for free. You get a free 30-day trial. Check it out. You can go through the playlist, and then it'll give you, the cumbias, the salsa, just the bangers that the essential songs that you're gonna need. Or if you want to all Celia Cruz, you can just look up Celia Cruz or whoever you want to like, whatever you're looking for playlist wise, you can create that on your own. And if we don't have the playlist, you can go through our playlist or go search whatever artists or songs you're looking for and create your own playlist as well.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Have you guys tried it yet?
No, I'm literally in the process of probably downloading after this.
All right, yeah. So make sure you got the latest Serato DJ.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. And then once you got the latest Serato DJ, just go to beatsource.com, sign up for the free trials. It'll give you a 30-day trial, and then you'll be able to play with it. And then if you guys want, I'll even give you guys a walkthrough to show you exactly the power that it has and how easy it is to use.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Danny West, man, what can I say? You basically answered every question we needed to be asked. Is there? Let's change subjects a little. Before we logged on, we were talking about the COVID situation. Out here in California, we are still very, very on restriction. I don't even think most of our venues are even open. How is it like in Dallas? You're in Dallas, correct?
Yeah, Dallas, Texas. Yeah.
Woo, Big D. I have a cousin out there. How are things out there for you? And how is it just for the DJ community out there in general?
Honestly, like it's popping out here. Like I think we're back to business. We're at 75% capacity for restaurants. That's why I'm always using the hashtag restaurant DJs because I'm like, if I need to be a restaurant DJ to work, then I'm good. That being said, the severity of the virus is real. We all know that, and I can't even call it like as far as like how we're getting by, how we're doing it, but we are open 7 days a week. There's no curfews or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
So right now the restrictions to this date is 75% occupancy. But I mean, it seems like it's just back to normal, dude. It's good vibes. People are having a good time, keeping their mask on. If they got a drink, they don't have to have a mask. But it's crazy. And it's funny to see. I've had a few friends from California come visit me, and it's a complete culture shock for them just to kind of come into this environment, being from California. You're restricted right now so much, and then you come over here and you're like, holy shit! You're like, they're going ham. Like, yeah, they're going ham. You're like, so it's crazy. It's crazy to see. Like, I can't even call it. Like, and I've had conversations with friends worldwide, and everyone's gotten the restriction stuff, and we're slowly but getting to the 100%. The rumor is by the 14th of October we'll be open at 100%.
Oh wow!
So it'll be interesting to see, man. I mean, Dallas as a DJ market, or even Texas as a DJ market, has been great. I love it out here, format-wise, music-wise, vibes are good, the people are good, DJs are amazing. Like, I can't even call it, but we're open, we're going.
Right now, the vibes out there are different. How is it different from there to?
All right, well, LA, you're gonna have your Hollywood clubs, and you have your like hip hop clubs where like everybody's just there to be seen and bottle service, and they're just standing there. And then you got the best way to describe Texas would be a combination of San Diego and like Riverside.
Oh, okay.
Because like Riverside, like people who go to Riverside, they're more like they're kind of having fun and like it's more like chill, relaxed, like not so much pretentious stuff.
Yeah.
But then you go to San Diego, it's like you'll have your high end areas, but they're still partying. It's not like as bougie as LA is.
Yeah.
I'm from LA, born and raised in LA, so like I like Texas, man. It's dope. It's dope. Format wise, it's just fun. Like it keeps it like keeps you on your toes. Everywhere you DJ at is a different vibe. So it's been a dope experience for me.
I'm gonna have to take a trip out there.
Come on, baby.
Right, road trip, man.
Road
Let's
Road trip.
go.
trip.
You guys,
Road
you
trip.
guys ain't got nothing to do. Let's go.
Road trip. I'm looking at my girl. We're going to Texas.
I thought playing in Vegas was cool, but that sounds like a little road trip to
Let's go.
Dallas,
Let's go. Stop playing.
Oh man.
You know what I see too, like LA, California was like that before, like just party scene before the whole bottle service thing.
Yeah.
More towards Vegas. It was more of like having fun too. Then Vegas is doing more of the bottle scene too. It's kind of whack. So I
Right.
just moving more to the east. You know what I mean? South.
No, yeah, the South has been popping, dude. Like I like Arizona. Like you look. Once you start going, east from California, Arizona, like all those like small cities, like they're just popping. Like it's just a better vibe that I personally think. Um, and Texas is just like you got El Paso. Like I will never think El Paso is popping. El Paso is popping. Like one of the
Wow.
best cities to party in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Houston popping, Austin popping, Dallas popping, Fort Worth popping. Like there's so many good spots out here, and the DJ community. What I like out here, like it's not a rat race. Like everybody's kind of like homies with each other. Like it's kind of like all love. You can go to another city, and I always feel like in LA we were always sizing each other up, kind of like, all right, like yo, like are you trying to get this gig or why you here? You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
in Texas, you can move around and like it's just all love, dude. Like it's a different environment. It's a chill environment, dude.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's something I noticed too. Like outside of LA, Cali area, like people seem to be like more friendlier. They're like, "Hey, I'm glad you're here. You know what?
Yeah,
Let me show you a good time."
Yeah.
but
And
you know what it is?
you know,
I think it has to do with like cost of living, like because in
mhm.
California, everything's so expensive. Gas is expensive. Like how much is gas right now?
I think 350,
All right,
420
gas
maybe.
over here a gallon is $1.80.
What the?
Damn.
I'm moving to Texas.
All right, $1.80, right? And then there's no state tax. They don't charge you state tax.
Damn. But what's
There-
the minimum wage out there though?
I don't even know. Like here's the thing. I've looked up like calculations as far as cost of living, right? And when I first moved to Texas, in order to have the same lifestyle you have in LA, making $100,000, you only have to make $30,000 in Texas to live the same way.
Oh wow.
So like, my house, like I bought a brand new house, 3-car garage. Like I'm right between Dallas and Fort Worth, and my house would cost $2 million in LA, easy.
Ooh.
Leave it. Oh,
So like it's the cost of living is crazy. Like that's why honestly, I think a lot of Texans are pissed right now because there's so many people from LA,
Yeah.
from New York, Chicago that are just moving here. Like they're just moving here in the droves, and like people are like, "Yo, like, nah, you guys gonna ruin the
Stay back.
political vibe." Like
Yeah.
it's like I'm like,
Yeah. It's gonna change. Yeah.
it's crazy, but like, yo, I mean, besides that, it's a vibe, dude. It's dope out here. I like it.
That's crazy. 2 years ago, my best friend told me, he was like, when I get married, I'm moving to Houston, and after you come visit me, you're gonna want to move to Houston. That was 2 years
100%.
ago. And Mike, I have a cousin who's moving to Dallas next year, so I'm like, Texas is looking like it's the move, but
It's crazy. It's crazy.
that's
Man,
crazy.
even Joe Rogan went out there, right?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's in Austin now. Yeah.
That's crazy. That is
Like,
crazy.
for him to get up from here and go over there, I mean,
Yeah,
it
as a
was
matter of fact, El
definitely a big
Chingon's
thing.
opening out here in Fort Worth. El Chingon from San Diego, the bar and club.
Oh, they're opening one in Texas.
They're opening one in Fort Worth, Texas. They should be
Yeah.
open, I want to say, in November. So they're doing a brand new build. It's gonna be super dope. I've seen the plans. Like it's crazy, but like a lot of business people are coming out here too.
yeah,
That's
but
dope, bro.
is it really saturated out there with DJs like LA, or is it the same or less?
Honestly, to be honest, I think we have a shortage of good DJs. Like I scramble to find good DJs to cover good spots because people, a lot of people call me and they're like, "Hey, Danny, we need a DJ that can do this and this and that." I was like, "Damn." Well, my people I already got them booked out. Like I already got I just put out a schedule for Bombshells, which is like a kind of like a Hooters concept out here, based out of Texas, and they do DJ right now. They're doing DJ 7 days a week.
Bro, you got my number now. Don't hesitate.
I'll tell you, if you guys go on my Facebook or my Instagram, you'll see the list. I got all the homies like working and stuff, and we have the good thing is like there's so much work out here. There's a lot of work, and there's pockets like we're just talking about one city, like,
Yeah.
and I feel like every city has the same struggle.
That's
in
crazy.
Texas. It's
In
crazy.
Texas. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I know you guys see the time is winding down, but I just want to thank you, Danny West, for stopping by and being part of this today. Your resume speaks for itself, so I appreciate you stopping by,
Thanks,
my guy.
man. No, thank you guys for having me on, dude. Honestly, it was a pleasure being on and being able to talk about Beat Source and the things we got popping over there in the DJ City world and record pool world and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Danny West, can you let everyone know where they can follow you and get all your stuff at?
Yeah, just at DJ Danny West. If you go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, it's just at DJ Danny West.
Nice.
Simple.
Perfect. Thank you once again. I'm gonna text you because it looks like we're doing a road trip to Texas.
Let's go. Hey, yo, I'm serious. You guys come out. I swear to God, we'll do a live podcast out here. We'll do a live stream, whatever you guys want to do. Let's go.
Do it. Let's do it.
I'm serious. Like, hit me up. Like, once we're done with this, hit me up. Let's make it happen.
I'll hit you right after this, my guy. All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Right.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Have a good one.